Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, guys. I'm really excited about this video because it's been a while since I shot any fashion video, and recently it's just been about me, my career, my life. Basically, I haven't really had something to like pour out because I've been too occupied. If you are still sewing in 2025, unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you, you can't make money. So instead of just sewing, I'm going to tell you other things that you need to be doing to make sure that your fashion business becomes successful. But before I do that, I'm going to let you know why sewing alone is not enough. I know some people will be like, oh, my designs are unique, my stitches are neat, people patronize me, what more? Let me tell you, it is not enough. Sewing is a beautiful skill, but you can't alone survive on it. So, first of all, there is so much competition. Everybody now wants to sew. So, what do you think would make you stand out? And you can imagine the more fashion designers are coming up, the less visibility you have. You literally have to fight for your spot. Another thing is the pricing. So because you have the industry saturated with so many fashion designers, you see a lot of people lowering their prices. So what happens? How do you keep up? How do you keep the income flowing? How are you able to, okay, charge better in this oversaturated industry? If you're not online, if you're not out there making noise, you will just be lost. You will drown in the noise. Your business is just going to collapse. And even if you are talented, if people can't find you, you become invisible. And when you are invisible, your sewing won't matter. Even if you can sew with your eyes closed, it doesn't matter. So to become successful, you'll have to wear many hats. You have to be a content creator because you need to create content around your brand. Many times when people want to make outfits, they just go online to search. So first of all, you're not just creating content for your brand, you're also creating content that would engage. So you have to learn that skill. So if you feel like, oh, I don't like the camera, I'm shy, sometimes you don't even need to show your face. Just show your outfits, show your sewing processes, but put it online. Create content, create content, create content. People love to see process, people love to see growth. You can show sewing process, you can show market hauls, like when you go to the market to get your sewing access, you can show how you style your outfits, you can show clients reactions when they put on your outfits, when they see it for the first time. You can show the before process, like the fitting, and then show the final look. You can show behind the scenes. I mean, content is everything. People like to buy what they can connect with. Sometimes they may not even want to patronize the person, but the minute they see something that they can resonate with, they can connect with, they instantly would be triggered to want to purchase something. And even if they don't purchase something at that instant, eventually they may. Why? Because they have been able to connect with you. So content is everything. Don't sleep on it. And that thing you have to do is social media. Become a social media manager. Content creation is different, social media manager is different. So a content creator creates content. So the social media manager packages the content and posts on the social media pages. You have to learn things about SEOs, hashtags. You have to learn how to engage, with your audience. You have to learn how to spark conversations basically. You also need to learn how to answer DMs. See, nobody's going to come to your page if your page is dry. There's nobody saying, oh, I like this. Oh, there's no, even the likes, the number of likes is poor. It instantly discourages the person, no matter how good you sew. If your social media game is subpar, honestly, you'll be losing a lot of clients. Like there are potential clients that you are just blowing breeze away. The top social media platforms that I would always encourage fashion designers: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. A lot of people are sleeping on Pinterest. So Pinterest is more like a mood board thing. A lot of people go to Pinterest for inspirations. So imagine some people coming across your designs on Pinterest and then they see the fashion designer. So of course that would probably link them to your Instagram or your Facebook or something. So guys, if you're a fashion designer, do not sleep on Pinterest. Another hat you need to wear is that of a brand designer. The best way I can explain the role of a brand designer is as one that gives the brand an identity, from the tone of the brand to the colors associated with the brand, and every other thing that encompasses the brand's personality, so to speak. Let's not even lie. There are some fashion designers that their brands give a snobbish vibe. There are some that gives like this casual vibe. Every brand basically has a tone. Find your brand tone, find your brand's colors, choose colors that you would use to brand your business basically. Make sure that these colors are uniform on all your social media pages. Let's be that when people come into your page is organized. They instantly can tell your style, whether your style is Afro chic or whether it's bridal or whether it's edgy, alt. So that is the role of a brand designer. You need to learn customer service. I think you see the way I brought my face very close to the camera just to make this point. Customer service, because many people many people have lost customers, potential customers, even existing customers. They've lost just because of how they treated their customers, right? Just because of how they treated them. You need to learn how to interact with people. Basically, you need to learn how to communicate. It would surprise you how many people have very, very horrible communication skills, especially for a brand. Take, for instance, you patronize a brand and there happens to be some delay in the processing of your outfit. A brand with good customer service would reach out to the client and pre inform them. These are the reasons why there's a delay with your outfit and blah, blah, blah. But many times you see people will just keep quiet and then wait for the client to call them. How far? What's happening with my clothes? Before they be like, and we experienced some delays. You should reach out to the customer first because your agreement was on a specific date. And since you are not honoring that date, you should reach out to the customer first. Reach out to the client first to let them know, look at what is happening. This is why this is going to be delayed. But it's so unfortunate that many people don't realize this. And so, customer service basically, guys, learn how to interact. When someone contacts you to ask for a price or something, don't just be like, and this is the price, you cannot afford it, please. That person that can't afford it now may be able to afford it tomorrow. So, what makes you think they would want to come back just because? So, customer service is very key, it's very important. Some people are partial with their customer service. So, they assess the client that is contacting them, whether he get money or whether he no get money. And so, when they feel like the client has money, they would be on their best behavior. And then, when they feel like this one is a scrap, they would, you know, talk down on the person. But it's so unfortunate because sometimes you can't tell. There are many people who don't wear their income on their appearance. So how would you know? Good customer service is for everybody. Potential clients, existing clients, and whoever, irrespective of status, make sure you have a good customer service. Another thing is sales. You have to learn how to be a good sales rep. Sometimes clients would approach you just to get one outfit. Because you are good with sales, you'd end up selling more than one outfit. If you've gone to Lagos market, you see all those Igbo bros, when they want to sell something to you, they don't just sell what you want. Before you know it, they're telling you, oh, don't you want this? Don't you want that? Don't you want this? And next thing, sometimes you find out that you end up buying more than you bargained for. So that's how good salespeople are. So a client may come to you and be like, oh, I want to get this top. And a good salesperson will be like, oh, this top is going to pair well with this trousers, or oh, don't you think you'd also want to get it in another color just in case? And before you know it, that person is buying more than they bargained for. So you need to learn how to do sales. Another thing that I believe should be essential, especially in this digital age, you need to learn graphic designing. I mean, you don't have to be a pro, but you need to learn how to mix and match colors. You need to learn how to create flyers. You need to learn how to create Instagram posts, social media posts. I mean, most times as a social media manager, you inadvertently would learn graphic designing because you are going to be creating posts and you need to know how to design the posts that you are uploading, right? Canva is always my go-to when it comes to social media design and all of that. So you should check for updated tutorials on Canva on YouTube. Nothing more, just knowing how to mix and match colors, knowing how to use shapes. Because if you don't know these basic skills, your page will be a mess. It's just going to be all over the place. your page needs to look uniform. It needs to have like a cohesive structure. Then last but not the least, for this one I feel is more like a nice to have and not a need to have. And this is the skill of a web designer, or okay, more like a web developer, but not the coding type. You have platforms that you could use to create websites without having to code, just drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. So these are just basic web development skills. You don't need to learn how to code. That reminds me, I need to do a tutorial on a no code platform, how to use it to design a fashion website. I'm going to try to do that. For now, ALX is taking so much of my time, but I will do it. Perhaps if someone sends me a message requesting urgency, I will have to create time for that. But for now, I'm too busy with ALX and all. So, but that's that. And if you want to take your brand to the next level, you need to have like a basic website, really, where people can always go online to shop, or online to get your products, or online to contact you. And one thing about the website is like it's global, so anybody can just go into your website rather than having to slide into your DM. Say for instance, if your business is ready to wear, rather than having to tell you how much, how much, how much, just go to the website and pick which one they want, add to cart, and next thing you've gotten the orders, you process it. Like easy life really. So having a basic knowledge of web design or web development is a really good, nice to have skill. So now that you probably have all these hats on your head, something that you should now do is now learning your target market, because it's not everybody that would want your brand. So take for instance, if my brand is luxury, I'm looking for people with a certain income, and so I have to create my brand to suit that. If my brand is for women, I have to create my brand to suit women. If my brand is for, you have to identify your target audience and build your brand towards that. So now you know your target audience. Secondly, start creating content. You can set a target to post a content like twice or thrice every week. It doesn't have to be 5 minutes long. I mean, just 1 minute video, 2 minutes, that's content. If you're able to shoot just clips like that, or take pictures, next thing you have content that will probably last you for like a month plus, just by being serious about capturing certain things in maybe a week or two. Then next thing you have to build your brand. Start working on your social media. Start organizing your page. If you need to learn Canva, do it. Start grooming your page basically, so that it has that that cohesive structure I talked about. So it's giving brand. You get the minute someone goes into your page, you're like, oh, it hits them like, oh, this page is nice. Like the aesthetic is giving. You can go to Pinterest for ideas on how to organize it. You can go to Pinterest for to search ideas on the colors that maybe you may want for your brand. While you are doing all of this, you can now gradually start you know creating like a community. See, there's something luxury brands have learned, or something they apply. They understand that business is not just business. For them is an experience, and that is the whole luxury thing. What makes a brand luxury is the experience. By curating luxurious experiences while selling their products, they're able to like have a sort of community of people that resonates with their brand. And so it's like there's this community that's go for luxury. So your brand doesn't have to be luxury for you to be able to create an experience that's resonates with your brand. Gradually, while you're doing that, you just start attracting people who identify with your brand, who resonate with your brand message, your brand values, and everything. And before you know it, you're having like this small community. And I think on Instagram, you can have like this Instagram, something like Instagram channel, where people can join, and you could always send like updates on your brand or whatever it is. And even on WhatsApp, you have like the WhatsApp channels. You get same thing on Facebook, you have Facebook pages. So you can start growing your community like that. And before you know it, your business is going from one level to another, one level to another. So you don't need to be perfect at first. Just make sure you are doing one thing at a time. You are learning, you are growing, you are improving, and gradually the brand will start gaining traction. And next thing, you are becoming visible online. Next thing, I mean, if you are like a startup fashion designer, before you know it, it could be maybe an influencer or a fashion designer that may come across your page, and maybe next thing you've blown, you get. So it's like a gradual thing. And before you know it, you are making that crazy money, that big money that you want. I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, but consistent effort. That's what happens. So if you're just sewing and hoping that, oh, word of mouth is enough, I sew so good, my skills are top notch, and then you are relying on just word of mouth, friends telling people, oh, I sold clothes here, so you are missing out on the huge audience that you could get online. At the end of the day, the goal is not to hustle forever, is to build a system that would keep giving you income. Yeah, I think this is the end of the video. So if this video has helped you in one way or the other, please hit the like button, subscribe, share it with people that you know would benefit from this. And yeah, until I come your way next time. Meanwhile, if you want me to do the tutorial on the no code fashion website, please let me know, so I would motivate myself to do it. All right, guys, thank you for staying to the end, and bye.